Good afternoon. Today is the 18th of October. The weather is once again a little bit on the wet side, but the good news is today I did remember to bring the keys to my Rover, which is still available for sale. Please do take a look at the description below for the Auto Trader advert if you haven't already seen it. We're not going to be talking too much about this particular car today, though. We're going to talk about the future of the £500 Santapod Challenge, which has been a successful thing for the 4 channels who were involved with it. Sadly, as you know, Planet Auto wasn't able to make it, and there was actually a 6th channel who was hoping to make it as well, but they weren't able to do that either for different reasons. So we're going to talk about what's going to happen in the future. For those of you who haven't seen Matt Richardson's videos on the challenge on the Furious Driving channel, I recommend you have a look at those. They're a good kind of overview about what the weekend was like in general, also more specifically stuff about the Hyundai. I've got plenty of videos on my channel about it as too, and I'm very grateful to everybody who's watched them. Thank you for everyone who's subscribed as well recently. It means a lot to me, and particularly to Mr. Coleman, actually Rubbish Mechanic. His subscriber count has more than doubled over the last 10 days, and he's really excited about it actually, so that's really good. With the Laurie's Mechanical Marvels, they're going to be releasing the video that they made about what was going on a little bit later on. That'll be fully edited and proper, like Matt's one. My editing at the moment is virtually non-existent. I only ever use editing and the software that I've been kindly given to actually put things together if I really have to. Normally I try not to do that because it takes me a very long time. I'm not very good at it, and I haven't at the moment got time to actually learn to do it properly. So this is why when we do True Jacket reviews, someone else films and edits them for me, because obviously then but actually they have a modicum of quality. If I had to do it myself, it would take forever and it would be appalling. So even more appalling than the rest of the stuff on this channel. So anyway, let's not dwell upon that. Let's now talk about what's going to happen to the future of the Santapod £500 Challenge. So before we even got to Santapod this year, there were other people who a lot of us knew who wanted to be involved, but for whatever reason couldn't be on this occasion. And I'm not going to reveal the names of the channels at the moment. I mean, there's 6 months before we actually could do it again. We're looking at doing it again in April. We think probably in the region of 8 to 10 channels will be involved in this occasion, as opposed to the 4 original ones who were able to make it this time. It's still going to be the same rules. We're still going to do the economy challenge. We're still going to do the Run What You Brung challenge. We just need to put a date in the diary for next April. Laurie and I have been discussing that, and the information will be sent to other people. It's a big job coordinating this kind of thing, as you might understand. So the fact we've done it, already will help in that respect, and I hope that you'll enjoy it even more. One of the things you won't see anymore is the 4 original cars that we use for challenge. We do have to sell them all. Particularly, I've got to sell this car. I can't keep it. The insurance runs out on the 20th of October. The tax runs out at the end of the month. We physically can't afford to keep this car. My wife and I, we can't afford to keep it. We don't have the space. It has to go. Matt's in a similar position. He doesn't have the space. It has to go. Mr. Coleman again doesn't have the space. Has to go. Laurie, who knows? They've got a big shed, but the space they probably don't have it either. So all these cars are going to be sold. So it will be a new collection of cars that you'll see. Still bought and prepared for under £500. Yes, that'll be a nice thing to see. And yes, with the economy challenge, we've decided to make a rule that we all go in convoy this time, because Mr. Coleman got a little bit lost due to a Google Maps error, and the car overheated, as you know. So we're not going to do that again. We're going to go in convoy, which would be better because then we'll all be driving exactly the same route at the same time. So yes, I hope that will be entertaining. the other channels involved, as I'm not going to reveal who they are. One of them, I think most of you will definitely know the channel. It's a big channel. It's very much along the lines of what Furious Driving does, what I do, to a certain extent what Laurie's Mechanical Marvels and Rush Mechanic do, and I think also what Planet Auto does too. So I hope you'll be really happy to see when those extra channels are revealed, particularly the big one I just mentioned. And it was a real privilege when the person concerned got back to me, and who I've actually met a few times and said yes, I'd love to do it, and that was really nice actually. We've also got another channel who again their channel on YouTube isn't particularly big, but they're part of a bigger thing, a bigger entity. Again, I can't say any more than that, but I think you'll like that as well. So yes, about 8 to 10 different channels. We're going to go in April. We need to obviously work out between ourselves what the exact date's going to be. There are other people who we've invited too, and some of them have said yes. We're hoping to get an additional car to use for the Drivers Challenge. It might even be an electric car that we use for that, because it's just kind of funny, contrasting, with these sort of old sub £100 petrol cars, in some cases that are between 15 and 30 years old, 32 years old in the case of Mr. Coleman's car, with bang up-to-date technology. It's a bit of a contrast and it's quite funny. So I think we're going to look at doing that if at all possible. So I hope you found that quick update about the future of the £500 Standard Pod Challenge to be informative. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates as they come. Please don't forget to leave a comment below and like this video. In the description below is the advert for my Rover. As I said, it has to go by the 20th of October. So if you are interested in the car, or you know someone who's interested in the car, but I really appreciate you passing that link on. I've also got a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. Feel free to source a car for you. I don't normally source cars under £500. I've actually got a video on my channel where I sort of talk about the fact that you really shouldn't bother with a car for under £500 unless it's like a temporary car, or you really know what you're doing, which actually most of the people who do challenge with me know we're doing far more than me in that respect. But yes, my website is www.lloydvehicleconsulting.co.uk, and there's a contact tab on the front page to get in touch there. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching.